Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Enlightenment, and we're actually taking a good look at the lessons of A Course in Miracles, like show the book from A Course in Miracles, the blue book, and it's used obviously. So how is this working? You can ask yourself that. Like, how is it working? Is it working for you? That's the most important part. Do you recognize that actually something is occurring when you use this? When you use the lessons by just doing them as they are, say, given to you? Yes, I hope so. That would be wonderful. And maybe it goes further than that. Maybe you have discovered what an incredible gift this has been so far. We're on day 40. Now, 40 days basically is a sufficient time to come into a deep experience of something else, of the alternative that is being offered through this Course in Miracles. Like you had 40, so far you had 40 days of opportunities, because it's not just doing one lesson one day at a time, or one time at a day. But it's like this is a continuous offering of coming in touch with your holiness, with your innocence, with the love that is with you always, that you cannot lose, only by releasing some ideas, by giving up judgment, by letting go of what you thought is so important, by recognizing my thoughts do not mean anything, by recognizing what I'm seeing is only the past, it's gone, it's over. It's like, it has no effect on this moment. I can allow myself to let this moment be completely new today, to come into a deep experience of the love that I am, and feel the deep connection I have with everything that is. So that is the offering, continuously, however many times you want it to be there. Like, okay, you repeat every 10 minutes, you repeat the lesson, wonderful. Now, when you do that, you have a good chance to have a different experience. So that is the offering in A Course in Miracles, continuously. Now today, we have the lessons 35 to 41 that we're going to review. That's one thing. The other part is the inspiration for doing this. And since we are already like 40 days on the road here, 40 days like every day dedicated, every day of this year in 2026 we have dedicated to the lessons of A Course in Miracles on a daily basis. Now here we are. Now we're going to take a look at how far we already came and how certain is our goal. Are you coming to the acknowledgement? Are you going to the recognition that you came this far? Like that's already amazing. You came this far. You actually got it. You actually got this far. And you did not do that by yourself. You got all the help that is available when you decide you want the alternative above all else you want to see. So this comes back to you on a daily basis, of course, like it's continuously differently confirmed to you. My holiness blesses the world. My holiness blesses the world. Like there's nothing that my holiness cannot do. It is the embodiment of all the power in the universe. And that recognition comes into your awareness that is the case. Slowly but certainly it dawns on you. Suddenly it shifts into a deep experience of that certainty. And then, okay, you forget about it. That's fine. Now you remember it again. That's important. That really matters. You are here. You're actually here to remember that. That's amazing. That in itself is an accomplishment. So I'm happy that you're here and that you decide to really let this come to you today, in this moment. No future guarantees. That's all right. It's like nobody's asking you to agree to do this forever. No, we're just asking you to do this today. That's a relief. It takes off all the pressure. So there's lots of opportunities to have a different experience of yourself today. Like I said, the inspiration that we use is parting the veil, and that's chapter 19, I think it is. Chapter 19? Yeah, probably. It's parting the veil. It's the 12th section of the text, which is, we're going to use like the first 3 paragraphs as a pure inspiration and support, because you're not doing this by yourself. You're being supported. And here you got it. It's like you got it black and white. That's the amazing thing with the Course in Miracles. It's actually all written in black and white. In case you wonder who's telling you this, like this is actually Jesus of Nazareth. He came out of time to tell you this. And yeah, that's another amazing support. Why is that so important that he's from out of time? Well, he's not one of the figures that you made up. He's not the Jesus Christ that you think he is. He's the Jesus Christ that he is. And he speaks like this: forget not that you came this far together, you and your brother. And it was surely not the ego that led you here. No obstacle to peace can be surmounted through its help, through the ego's help. No. It does not open up its secrets. No, it keeps them hidden and bid you look on them and go beyond them. It would not have you see its weakness. We're talking ego here. Like it would not have you see its weakness and learn it has no power to keep you from the truth. See, this is nothing but support. It's comfort. It is supporting you, recognizing, oh yeah, actually the ego didn't lead me anywhere. Every idea that I hold about saving myself didn't actually work, and it wasn't necessary. But there was a secret behind it that I didn't see, and the secret was, well, keep looking, but it's not going to work anyway, but let's keep looking. That was the slogan of the ego. Let's keep looking for a solution. There isn't one, but it doesn't have to stop us from looking for one. So no obstacle to peace can be surmounted through its help. It does not open up its secrets and bid you look on them and go beyond them. It would not have you see its weakness and learn it has no power to keep you from the truth. So that's really comforting. The guide, with a capital G, who brought you here, remains with you. You were guided here, otherwise you would not be here. Simple as that. And when you raise your eyes, you will be ready to look on terror, on anything like limitation, sickness, pain and death, with no fear at all. When does that happen? Okay, the guide who brought you here remains with you, and when you raise your eyes, you will be ready to look on terror with no fear at all. But first, lift up your eyes and look on one another in innocence, born of complete forgiveness of each other's illusions, and through the eyes of faith that sees them not. So what are we going to do? First, lift up your eyes and look on one another in innocence, born of complete forgiveness of each other's illusions, and through the eyes of faith that sees them not. So this is in fact what is being asked for you to do. Okay, one more. No one can look upon the fear of God unterrified, unless he has accepted the atonement and learned illusions are not real. No one can stand before this obstacle alone, for he would not have reached this far unless his brother walked beside him. And no one would dare to look on it without complete forgiveness of his brother in his heart. So we're talking fear of God here. No one can look upon the fear of God unterrified, unless he has accepted atonement and learned illusions are not real. Now, this is day 40. Like, I am blessed as a son of God. Now I let that come to me. I start to receive that. I start to receive, in fact, my salvation. I come into a different experience. Whatever I thought about myself is not true. How wonderful is that? That opens up my consciousness for more release, for more support, for more love, for more innocence, for more faith, you could say too. For more faith that everything is going to be all right if I keep myself practicing these exercises and doing this in order to come to a different experience of myself altogether. So that is the offering here. Now, looking at your brother, like looking at the fear of God, that's what this was about. Like looking at the fear of God, that seems like, well, I'm not afraid of God. He's all that love is. Now this is interesting because you can think that, and you have every right to do so. Like, yeah, of God created you as the love that you are. Now here's the thing, is that if you have accepted that for yourself, like, am I that really? Am I in the experience that holiness is all that I am, and that I'm innocent, that I'm happy, that I'm like literally rejoicing in the love of God forever? Am I in an actual experience of that in this instant? If I'm not, then there's a reason why I'm not there, or I'm not there. So the reason is your fear for God. Why are you afraid of God? Because you think that he does the same thing as you. And what is that? Judgment, comparison, competition, specialization. Like, I give some to that one, but not to that one. No. Like, you think that God does the same thing. He's sorting out the good from the bad. And you're not sure on which side you're going to belong. So this fear is so ingrained in your thinking that you literally project it on your whole world, and you see it everywhere. There's judgment. There's something you are for and something you're against. You believe in the opposites, in other words. Now here comes Jesus with a universal message of non-dualism, you could say, with no opposites. He's like, okay, here you are. Now it's time. You're ready. Hold your brother's hand, that's fine. But you're ready to literally raise up your eyes. And like, I'm not afraid to look on God. Holding my brother's hand, sure. I'm not afraid to look on my fear of God. I'm not afraid to take a look at what am I actually afraid of. I'm only afraid of myself, my own ideas about God. And those ideas are just as meaningful as the things that I see and the thoughts that I have. They have absolutely no meaning, but in my experience they might still have meaning. But I release that meaning. I release my investment out of that. So here I am with my eyes raised up to heaven, you could say. Of course it's in you, but that's just a matter of speech. You raise your eyes. You come to the recognition, however, whatever fear I'm supposed to see, it could have no power. Because this fear that I'm so much like the fear of God, I'm so afraid of, has to do with my judgments about God. I'm releasing all these ideas that I held about God. I want to see beyond that. I want to see things differently. Certainly I want to see God differently. So in this invitation to a new experience, to a new way of seeing, like literally opening my Christ consciousness, my Christ vision, I have the possibility for letting that come to me. And of course there is nothing to be afraid of. Now, how did we get this far? Just by supporting each other, just by, say, reminding each other, just basically by being ourselves. Because if you look around to the ones that are here, for instance, the ones that you know that are actively involved in this mind training, you recognize that I only have to see your face to be reminded of the wholeness and innocence that is being offered through the lessons of A Course in Miracles. I love you for that. I love you for your love for God. I love you for that because you help me to remember that. I only have to hear your voice to be touched by that, to be touched in an infinite way, like deeply touched by the recognition that you are the one bringing me home. And that's a real experience. That is not something I make up. I experience this all the time. So that is how lovely this is. Now that's what we give to each other. We only have to see each other's faces in order to have a remembrance of, oh my God, yes, there's something else. And I'm the manifestation of that. It looks like this. Yeah. So do the lessons work? Oh, absolutely. Way beyond what you might think of yourself at this point. But let yourself be surprised to have that be revealed to you in such a lovely way. Oh yeah. So here we are. We're holding each other's hand. Stand you here a while and tremble not. You will be ready. Let us join in a holy instant, here, in this place, exactly where you find yourself, exactly in this moment, in this place where the purpose, given in a holy instant, has led you. You were led here. And let us join in faith that He who brought us here together will offer you the innocence you need, and that you will accept it for my love and His. So let me remember you once more. Stand you here a while and tremble not. You will be ready. Let us join together in a holy instant, here in this place where the purpose given in a holy instant has led you. And let us join in faith that He who brought us here together will offer you the innocence you need, and that you will accept it for my love and His. Nor is it possible to look on this too soon. We're talking fear of God. Nor is it possible to look on this too soon. This is the place to which everyone must come when he is ready. Once he has found his brother, he is ready. Yet merely to reach the place is not enough. Okay. A journey without a purpose is still meaningless. And even when it is over, it seems to make no sense. How can you know that it is over unless you realize its purpose is accomplished? Yeah, what would the purpose be? Well, the purpose is given in the holy instant. We saw that here. Like, yeah. You will be ready. Let us join together in a holy instant, here in this place where the purpose given in a holy instant has led you. See, that's why it is hard to talk about this. But then I'm going to do it anyway. So how can you know that it is over unless you realize its purpose is accomplished? In your human thinking, you will doubt this if it was successful. You recognize that? So that's the interesting part. If you allow yourself, which is very possible, to come into a holy instant, like an instant in which you recognize the holiness of your brother and yourself, Like that can happen just like that. It is really what the miracle is. Like the recognition that you and your brother are united, that they are one, that literally everything is given in this instant. Just for a moment, suddenly you feel the love for your brother and the love for God and at the same time, for no reason whatsoever, just because of your recognition of it, just because that happened, that miracle happened. Like then, in that moment that you recognize there is nothing but love, this is the only thing that is real. I cannot describe it, but you can experience it. Yeah, I'll make an attempt to describe it, but that's not what it is. So this is really losing yourself in it for a moment, losing your ideas in it for a moment, forgetting about whatever you think about your brother, just recognizing his innocence, seeing that, experiencing that, rejoicing in that. Because if you recognize your brother as innocent, what happens is that you start to see your own innocence, and you never saw anything that beautiful. That's why this is so amazing. Like the purpose is given. You are innocent. Now, in that moment that you experience your innocence, do you have any fear for God at that point? No, of course not. Of course not. No, God is completely included. He literally gave this to you. He shares this to you in this holy instant. That's a gift. That's grace right there. Like that is the beauty of this. That's what we practice. And that can happen in this moment. It's not difficult. It doesn't ask anything of you, but to release your ideas about what you think is going on. To open up, like raise up your eyes and say like, okay, Father, I'm ready. I'm right here. I love my brother, but I want to experience the holy instant. I don't know what that is. Show me, Father. Now that can come to you. And here is that. Suddenly I start to see my innocence. And I never saw anything that beautiful and that lovely. And I feel completely embraced by the love of God in that instant. Now I find myself back here and wherever I appear to be. That's okay. But you have this memory. Now suddenly you have a present memory of that occurrence. You know it's true. Like I don't have to tell you that. You know it's true. It has become your experience. Temporary experience, that is fine. But it will always be the same. Like when you fall into another holy instant, it will have the same loveliness. You will recognize it. So that's how easy that is. All right, well, so far the introduction, you could say, of the inspiration for doing the lessons. Well, the holy instant is, of course, the most important part in our Course in Miracles, because it gives you immediately a real sense of the purpose of why you are actually doing this. It's like you are being taught to fall in love with your brother in a whole different way, so that you don't lose your freedom, but discover your freedom. Discover that there's no laws around it. There's no purpose except its beingness. It is what it is, in other words, in that moment. So there are no social laws connected to it or specialness, like, okay, it works with this one, but that one it doesn't work with because, no, there's no reasoning connected to it. Okay, so that's the holy instant. Now, it's good to practice a bit, because we're actually doing the lessons. Now, this is what I just read. I need to tell you this too. It's like what I just read to you and looked at with you is also coming back on Wednesday in the Master Teacher video, like the Quantum Enlightenment of the Illuminate Mind Training for 36 to 41 lessons. So we're going to listen to that on Wednesday. But it's always great to stand still before you hear it again on Wednesday. That's even great too. It's like, yeah, bring it on. So the whole training, if you take a look at it, it's so amazing. The daily lessons is already amazing. Now all the support and all the materials, all the possibilities to review this is like astronomical. Like, wow, unbelievable, what a provision. It comes to you in all kinds of ways. That is so lovely. So in that sense, you can say like we're uniting the sonship. This works for you. You start to beam that into this world. Now that ignites more fire and it spreads around. And it's people that you don't even know suddenly start to pick up the book and read a line, or they hear something, or they suddenly feel the release of their own bondage, and suddenly they start to come into a whole different experience. I know it works like that. It worked for me that way too. I knew that I got help before I knew how this works or anything. It's like, no, there's help. There's always help. And you're the one also helping. Like this is a network, you say, like a perfect network of entangled souls that are literally beaming light to one another to keep this remembrance active, and not only active but to make it exponential, or to make it burst out into the true love that encompasses everything, which is what you are. So you will be ready. This is what we just read, but I thought it was a great encouragement. You will be ready to look on the fear of God in the holy instant. Everything falls into place. All right. Because you're holy. Lesson 36. I'll start with this one. My holiness envelops everything I see. From my holiness does the perception of the real world come. Having forgiven, I no longer see myself as guilty. I can accept the innocence that is the truth about me. Seen through understanding eyes, the holiness of the world is all I see. For I can only picture the thoughts I hold about myself.
Ma sainteté bénit le monde. La perception de ma sainteté ne bénit pas que moi seul. Tous ceux et tout ce que je vois dans sa lumière partagent la joie qu'elle m'apporte. Il n'y a rien qui soit à part de cette joie, parce qu'il n'y a rien qui ne partage ma sainteté. Comme je reconnais ma sainteté, ainsi la sainteté du monde se met à briller pour que chacun la voie.
There's nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is unlimited in its power to heal, because it is unlimited in its power to save. What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself? My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. In the presence of my holiness, which I share with God Himself, all idols vanish.
My holiness is my salvation. Since my holiness saves me from all guilt, recognizing my holiness is recognizing my salvation. It is also recognizing the salvation of the world. Once I have accepted my holiness, nothing can make me afraid. And because I am unafraid, everyone must share in my understanding, which is the gift of God to me and to the world.
I am blessed as a son of God. Herein lies my claim to all good and only good. I am blessed as a son of God. All good things are mine because God intended them for me. I cannot suffer any loss or deprivation or pain because of who I am. My Father supports me, protects me, and directs me in all things. His care for me is infinite and is with me forever. I am eternally blessed as his son.
God goes with me wherever I go. How can I be alone when God always goes with me? How can I be doubtful and unsure of myself when perfect certainty abides in him? How can I be disturbed by anything when he rests in me in absolute peace? How can I suffer when love and joy surround me through him? Let me not cherish illusions about myself. I am perfect because God goes with me wherever I go.
So that's tomorrow. God goes with me wherever I go. Today, I'm blessed as a son of God. Wow. So how many times do you repeat it? Are you able to do that every 15 minutes or every 10 minutes or every half hour maybe? So it's like that all works. It's wonderful. So my idea is to read today's lesson too. Like we have time to do that. Let's just use the time for that. I think that's totally lovely. I am blessed as a son of God. I am blessed as a son of God. Today we will begin to assert some of the happy things to which you are entitled, being what you are. No longer practice periods are required today, but very frequent short ones are necessary. Once every 10 minutes would be highly desirable, and you are urged to attempt this schedule and to adhere to it whenever possible. If you forget, try again. If there are long interruptions, try again. Whenever you remember, try again. You need not close your eyes for the exercise periods, although you will probably find it more helpful if you do. However, you may be in a number of situations during the day when closing your eyes would not be feasible. Do not miss a practice period because of this. You can practice quite well under any circumstances if you really want to. Today's exercises take little time and no effort. Repeat the idea for today and then add several of the attributes you associate with being a son of God, applying them to yourself. One practice period might, for example, consist of I am blessed as a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. All right, well, here's our possibility. So you can say it out loud. We do this exercise, you can say it out loud. I'm blessed as a son of God. I'm happy, peaceful, or some other association. Now you're free to associate. Add several of the attributes you associate with being a son of God. So what do you associate being a son of God with? I am blessed as a son of God. I'm calm, quiet, assured, confident, and more of those. If only a brief period is available, merely telling yourself that you are blessed as a son of God will do. So
I feel the profoundness of you saying that what I write about myself is the same about my brother. And how true that feels to me.
Recognize love of God, and I receive this and I give this.
I am ready.
Thank you.
I'm innocent.
I feel honored.
I'm in the light. Grace is with me. I'm in the presence of joy.
I am just here in my temple, in my conscience. I feel that all is new. Yeah.
My body is the temple of God. I can see only good.
The love I feel surrounds me and envelops me.
blissfulness is my true being.
I am blessed as a son of God.
I am generous in forgiveness.
I am conscious being.
As I bless everyone, so I am blessed.
Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you.
We are all one in spirit.
I love you.
We are walking each other home.
Father, this holy instant I give to you. Be you my guide.
God, let only your love be expressed through me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your part, for your sharing. Thank you so much.